Good to see all of you. I'll say this a bunch of times. I am going to, I may be here next week. I'll be here because I haven't missed a Thursday night, but I may teach, I may not. We'll find out. I may teach, I may not. But today, the subject is to expertise to have a stand in. Now, you will admittedly, yes, sir, Mr. Jerome.
I receive what you just said, but I have to say, sir,
Yes, sir.
last Thursday, the direction that the class was supposed to go in went in a different direction, and the way Deanna handled it blew my socks off.
Yeah.
She blew, and I just wanted to say that, but I received what you had to say, sir, and I'll be quiet.
No. I'm glad. No. Share those compliments. And you're right. You're right. I've had the opportunity to see. I had to disconnect towards the last 30 minutes because my mom got discharged from the ER at that time. But yes, it's been fantastic, and I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. Now you all have a few minutes to cut your cameras on. Now, of course, you can send me a message and say somebody's dying behind me, or I'll even take out you cussing me out. I'll take that too. But I did tell Grace to tell everyone what I'm going to do is that what I can do is, all right. And I know some of you need to prepare, like Tempest just sent the message, says should be on a little bit. But I can go right here and I can click your name. And then I can send you to the waiting room. You don't want me to do that. Okay, you don't want me, but I will. This is where the class shifts. It is very important. All of you, you need a pen and paper, pencil and paper, or you need a your note app, or you need something like that. Okay, it's very important. You're going to need your pencil and paper, your note app on your tablet, your iPhone, or whatever. And there you go. Of course, Mr. Field is eating. It is 7:30 over there, so he'll be on a little bit. And then Tempest, I have no idea what she's doing, but should be here in a little bit. Let me first tell you that, well, if you with me as long as Jerome was, 2.5 years ago, Otis, I said, y'all got 727 days. Anybody know what I was talking about? And they was like, what's that talking about? I said, you got 721 days and everything changes. And it's the truth. That actually happened. It actually happened. Well, that was a countdown to actually winter equinox 2022. That's what that was. Winter equinox. I'm sorry, excuse me. Summer equinox 2022. Summer equinox 2022 is what that was. And that already happened. And since our year starts the fiscal year, October 1st, everything changes now. So those you we cut your cameras on, except unless you send me a message, but we're not here to learn. We're not here to learn. We're not here to learn. We're here to transform our lives. We're not, Kim, I don't want none of them learning. You hear me? Y'all do that too much. Now, this is going to be this class, I told you last time I talked, the class has shifted. It's going to get technical, but it's also going to get, it's far more gentle. Okay, it's gentle. Now, y'all should tip some healing energy. I forgot you were under the weather, Tempest. I'm so sorry. I forgot you were under the weather. Okay. Send her some healing energy. Today we're talking about, is your problem real? And here's the deal, Jerome, it's real. All of your problems are real. All of your problems are real. But we have some stuff to discuss. And what I want you to do is you need to go get a pen and paper. In 3 minutes, Grace, at 6:35 our time, the exercise starts. If you don't have a pen and paper, you're going to use your note app. Someone's going to tell me, but I can't. I'm walking my goldfish. Well, you know what? This is not the class that you could be walking your goldfish. And you knew you had to walk your goldfish on a Thursday. And you knew this class. You could have did it earlier. So all of you, you're going to write a letter. And let me tell you, let me qualify first. If you're not in 100% control of your life, if you're not in 100% control of your life, third time Damali, it's going to reach a few more people resisting it. 100% control of your life. You no longer are allowed to be right about anything or anyone. You are made in his image. Is this not correct, Queen Chi? No, come on, let me hear on the microphone. Let me hear on the microphone.
Yes, absolutely.
Would you serve a God that's not in 100% control?
No.
What you say? Damali, would you consult with the ancestors if they were not in 100% control? Is this? Kim, you got your new boo. Yes. Is he still qualifying?
He's still there.
All right then. Good. Kim, would you have a new boo that's 100% no penis? Like 100% gone. It ain't even there. Okay, my man Jamal got me. So you understand. I'm just trying. So I need you to get no.
OMG. You know what? I'm at work, y'all. Can get me in trouble. I'm just trying. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. The question's under the me. I'm gonna be quiet. Okay, my
I
bad.
couldn't even say nothing, Miss Sandra. I couldn't say nothing. I just had to shake my head.
Came out of left field.
Feel your pain. Don't even play like that.
Y'all some haters. Eunuchs need love too.
Eunuchs need love too. Hashtag eunuchs
Not
need
for
love
me.
too.
Hashtag
Not for you. I understand. Remember, that's Miss Da down there. That's Miss Da down there. Remember that, right? Remember that. There you go. So I want you to think about this, and I get it. I get it. You are right. But I do want you, and me and Queen Chi had a very good conversation about this week. I do want you to understand that I want you to think about the most successful person in your family, or most successful person in your sphere, whatever that may be, like that you actually have access to. They do not act like you. They act nothing like you. Can you, who was raised by their grandmother like me? I need some folk that, I'm talking about like real talk, raised by your grandmother, the church going grandmother.
Yep.
Okay. Or somebody like that didn't even cuss. Who know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
you know,
well,
like that.
that lets my grandma out.
Well, fair enough. But you know God got them.
Yes.
That kind of, give me anything. Adonia, in fairness, do they act like you? Come on, keep it real. Come on.
Wait. Did who act like me?
Whoever is the most successful. I'm not talking about you. It can't just be money, because if you only got money, that's not success. If you only got the Lord, that's not success.
Okay. That's gonna be my grandmother. She did not raise me, but it's my grandmother. I mean, in my fact, I think she's at the gate. She letting folks into the gate. That's how. Because that's my grandmother. She's her rules. Yeah, loyal.
Was she ever right about somebody when she was mad at them? Like when she was mad at somebody, did you ever see her mad? You know what I'm saying? Like think about this. Did she ever say, I don't like Prophet Jerry. I hate him. He did this wrong to me. Yeah. And I want everybody to thank you so much. I want every last
she will call you out without anger, without screaming at you, without cussing at you, but you would know you just got whipped. Just saying.
Some of y'all interact with me. I ain't never raised my voice at you. I just tell you what's not gonna happen. I say, Trey Nice, I hear you. But what's not gonna happen is what you just did. I got no problem. No. You're more than welcome to do it. But you change fundamentally our relationship contract and the access of time in which you have to me. But please, by all means, continue to be who you are, Amanda. But it is, I told one of y'all this week, it is perfectly okay to absolutely love someone who is your best friend for a long time. And the moment you love yourself, it is also perfectly okay, Kim, to be a good steward of the soul and life that has been gifted to you. There's the rub, there's the contrast, here's the friction. Some of y'all who know Talisha, you never bought from Talisha, but you say you her best friend. Help me, somebody. Now, I don't serve a God who don't buy from me. You mean tell me, Jerome, you finna put these books out and the Lord ain't gonna buy from you, the Lord self? Y'all know doggone well Jerome gonna say, ooh, I wouldn't even expect you to buy 13 books. Nobody but the Lord. Now think about this for a moment. All of y'all get a pen and paper together because you're gonna take 5 minutes of silence. I'm gonna play some music. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second, but I need you to receive this. I'm laying the foundation. This class is so gentle, but it's so painful. So gentle, but it's so painful. If you're not in 100% of control of your life, you no longer get to be right about anything or anyone. You can't be. It's impossible. It is impossible that you have a problem with somebody right now and you are in your purpose. Impossible. It is Quranically impossible, physically impossible, spiritually impossible, Christianically possible. It is impossible. You cannot say 2 words at the same time. You can't breathe underwater without some sort of machine. You cannot pass your bowels and suck them in at the same time. It just can't happen. You can't drink water and breathe at the same time. You can't. Every time you pick one of these water bottles, you stop breathing. I know you don't really pay attention to it, but that's what happens. And I'm telling you, Antonio, that under no circumstances can you ever have a problem with anyone or anything and be in your purpose. It's impossible. And what happens is most of you are negative. It's okay, we're about to show you. But you are so right that you've justified your negativity as harmony. I'll show you. So right here, before we go further, let me lay this foundation real quick, Trey Nix. This is simple. She's got to go at 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna make sure she gets this exercise before then. Hear me well. Adonia, this is painful. If you're not in 100% control of your life, you're not 100% God. Antonio, ain't nobody God but God. I'm sorry. Every sacred text says you are 100% divinity and you are 100% human. And those two things don't get the mix. You didn't like that? Be ye perfect. Finish it for me, Jerome. Be ye perfect. Finish it for me, Jerome.
For I am perfect.
So what you're telling me is, Jerome, okay, she'll be back at 7:30. What you're telling me is we walk around saying, ain't nobody perfect. I can't nobody be perfect with God when the damn Bible says over and over, be ye perfect. Uh-oh. Have this mind.
Janae, he make me sick too.
See, look. Have this mind. Come on, somebody finish. If I need one of you, come on. I need in you that
is also in Christ Jesus.
Christ Jesus, yeah.
What you mean? I thought that was impossible to be perfect. It's impossible, right? Impossible to be perfect. No, you were sent here to be perfect, and you are perfect. The problem with that is, Otis, you're either perfectly showing me that your God is flawed, or you're perfectly showing me your God is delight. Either way, every day you are showing me your view of perfection.
Shut up.
That's about right.
I have had enough of you already, because I just had a similar conversation about me being able to unforgive people that I know I should be able to forgive.
Perfect. So let's start our letter. Y'all ready? This is perfect. She segued this perfect. Right now, you're going to take 5 minutes. You're going to write a letter. You got options to the person you hate the most, the person who hurt you the most, the person you, write all this down for me, Grace, in the chat. The person you hate the most, the person who hurt you the most. For some of you, I'm never mad at nobody. You know, you queen cheese out there, the last person you was mad at. How about that? Mm-hmm. Cause see, it's always you spiritual people, not me. I'm not mad. I'm not really. Because if you're not living 100% of your dreams, if you do not have control of 100% of your life, you are mad at somebody or something. Because the moment there's not a single ascended, the moment you burn your karma, negative karma, is the moment this universe has no choice but to give you whatever you desire. Say what you will. That's in every sacred text. It's in every school of thought. Whatever you have, whatever you desire, ask and it will be given unto you. Mark 9:23. Every sacred text. And if you burn your karma, the universe has no choice. But when you lift your hand up, you come down with 5,000 meals, not counting women and children. See what I did there, Jerome?
Bishop.
Yes, sir.
I got a question. First of all, good to see you. You're back on.
Yes, sir.
You look great.
Thank you, sir.
In this letter, right? Even though you asked the person for forgiveness years ago, but you know they still hurt you. Is that the person?
Stop right there. I want you to put that in your letter, okay? Because the answer to your question is yes, you're right, and the answer to your question is yes, you're also wrong, right? I want you to put that in your letter. Here's the deal. Everybody is 6:46. At 6:50, your letter needs to be done. You can go back, 6:51. You can go back and do this later, but I want you to write down. Here's what I want you. I want you to start 5 minutes before they had you effed up. Amen. Help me, somebody. You hear me? I don't want you to start. I want you to go 5 minutes before the situation. Is this fair? 5 minutes before your husband cheated on you. 5 minutes before your wife cheated on you. 5 minutes before your best friend betrayed you. 5 minutes before your boyfriend acted out of line with you. You hear me? 5 minutes before the last time somebody did something. Go right now, and I want you to write in detail what happened. I just want you to write the state of events. Go. This is good. Now, while you're writing, I'm going to be talking very little just to tell you what you're doing. You're starting 5 minutes before, and you're going to go to the last person that made you angry. You're going to go to the person you're trying to forgive, but you can't. And for some of you who are super smart like me, I get it. I want you, Amanda, to give. I don't want you, so I'm talking to Amanda, Arshia, Susan. She's not, well, she's here. I'm sure in the background somewhere. Let's see. No, not Talisha. She's actually scary transparent. Queen Chi. I'm talking to these people. What I want you to do is I don't want you to excuse that weak you, that hurt you. I want you to make excuses for the weak you. Don't intellectual. See, because here's the deal. Your pain, no matter how false it is that you may intellectually believe, no matter how much you got the Lord in you, that pain is surrounded in some kernel of truth. And I need you to give your pain a chance to be heard in this letter. Oh, we talking now. Oh, yes, but right after the letter's done. We got about 3 more minutes. Right after the letter's done. I need you to write your letter.
I can't.
Say it again. Fair enough. Well,
can it be to yourself?
It sure can. It sure can. It sure can. I respectfully understand when you're saying you can't. So you got 2 options here. Write your letter in your head and then follow along with me, because I respect that. You feel me? There's no punishment here. Or just put it into the private chat with me and that'll be fine. But there's a risk that comes back to the still, just in case, the device gets snatched out of your hand or something, so I'm saying it'll be there. But you get to choose. So I have to do it in your mind. And trust me, you can remember your pain. You may not remember all the details, but you will remember your pain. Don't get it twisted. And then I'm coming to you first. Talisha, coming to you first, right after we're done. You'll see it, but I need the letter to be written. But you'll see it though. You will absolutely see it. I got 3 minutes, and don't worry about rushing because you can see it now. The 3 minutes is on the screen. So with that being said, you're going 5 minutes. Turn that down for you. You're going 5 minutes before, and I need you to write out your trauma. For some of y'all, the trauma has been a molestation, a rape. You can't forgive your spouse or whatever that may be. For some of you, you're mad at me because I keep disrupting your soil. Two minutes, 16 seconds, no rush. One minute, 47 seconds. Take your time, no rush. If you don't finish, no worries, you will have an opportunity to finish. One minute and 30 seconds. Relax. The world is yours. All of you are as beautiful as Lalo Holt. You are as fine as Kim Landry and Trey Nace. One minute and 6 seconds. 40 seconds. Take your time, no rush. It's not a test. We started 5 minutes before, and we're writing every detail you can remember, and most importantly, why this person or this situation has you messed up, why they hurt you. If you're running out of time and you want to get more out, just do bulletin points real quick. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, relax. I don't want to say pencils down because it wasn't a test. It's all good. It's all good. If you didn't finish, just put bulletin points. Talisha's going to ask a question. So if you want to just finish a little sentence, do it while Talisha's asking her question, and then we'll all put them down. Cool? All right, go ahead, Talisha, please.
No, I didn't have a question. It was the whole thing about writing. I just felt at this
fair enough.
And what I'm going through, and I feel like bringing all that pain back up is just going to make me mad again.
No. Okay. So no, then you're wrong then, right? So listen to what I'm saying. Everybody listen to me. If you're not in 100% control of your life, don't be right no more. So in this case, Talisha was accidentally right. I thought someone was helicoptering over your shoulder. The whole purpose of this is to bring up what you don't want to bring up. It is absolutely ruining your life. What you're doing is called, and I'm talking about all y'all, it's called avoidance. And I'm not even trying to do like trauma training here. We did that before, but that's what that was. Listen to me. Do you see how easy it is? Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how Talisha's not alone. Tell the truth. I need at least one person to tell the truth. When I told you write your letter, when I said do it, I had you messed up, you didn't do it, or you changed it into the way you wanted to do it. Would you please unmute your mics, please? And just let her, okay, Jerome is one. Can I get, is there another? Is there another one? All right, there we go. If you got feelings, another, right? The truth is, I expected y'all all to do that. I did.
I told you, Nace, I hated you too. Because I said, no, he going down this hole, and I don't want to go down this hole.
I'm just saying, I know for me, I need to go down this hole because it's just literally a conversation that I had. Because this thing is preventing me from moving to my
every
thing.
Last one of y'all. Respectfully, Talisha, every dream you got is shelved by the Lord you love because you won't write down what's killing you. Will it bring back up the anger? Sure will. But here's the deal. You don't know what's on the other side of this exercise. I do. So what happened, Arshia? You were right. You as in y'all. Y'all were right. Since you don't know what I was going to say afterwards, you assumed you did. And here we go again. You're living a fraction of what the Lord has for you, a fraction of what Allah has for you. You have to be tired of that. What's going to happen yes, ma'am.
Why am I not that upset with myself? Because did, whoever asked the question a few minutes ago, they was like, oh, I can write it about myself. And I was like, okay, I can do that. So I started doing that. But I wasn't as angry with myself as the other people. Like,
right.
Why?
So what we're going to do is I'm going to put down, and we're going to start over again. I was going to do this twice anyway. Worry not. I'm going to do this twice. And you're going to write down this time. Now, you're more than welcome not to. Let me just explain to Trey because she's for the disconnect. What we're going to do, Trey.
No, I'm going to have to catch her on the flip side of that.
This is most important. This is most important. I'm going to give y'all another 5 minutes. I know you are smarter than me. The truth is you are. On the negative side, you smarter than everybody. Can't nobody tell you nothing. It's both and. The truth is you are smart. And the truth is you think you the smartest. It's both and. It's both and. And you're right. But you're also right in the only thing you know. Here's what I really said, Arshia, and y'all hear me well. I hit it, but now I'll open up the rest of that statement, Jaquita. If you're not living 100% of your life, if you're not in 100% control of your life, you are not in abundance. You are not in prosperity. That means by Napoleon Hill default, you are on the road to poverty. And the only thing you've ever been right about in your life up to this moment has been poverty.
But Antonio, just help me, just understand. Let me help you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it ever possible that it's always going to be 100%? I just don't believe that anything is ever consistently 100%.
No.
Help me. I'm stuck on that. Help me with that.
No, that's a good thing. Write that down in your letter for me, please. Write that down. We're gonna talk about that because that's actually those. I'm gonna give you the technical terms for those, but those. I don't want to give it to you yet because I don't want anybody to go look it up while I'm talking. Those always, never. You do what Adonia just said on the flip side, though. Because see, Adonia, somebody just said in a letter, this always happens to me. Really? Does it? You get it? So the same way she just said, can't be 100%, Antonio, that we got to act perfect, is the same way, can't be 100%, Adonia, that he was wrong. Uh-oh. See, we coming to that. It's going to be in the fifth step, but we coming to it. I promise you we coming to it. You know what I'm saying? We coming to it. But to answer Adonia's question concisely, no. But your perception about a thing should always be at 100% prosperity. Every great book, every great teacher, every ascended master, every sacred text has told you in the bad, pause, stop, see the good. Jerome, help me out. The just shall do what?
Live by faith.
What you say? Everybody has said it. Is Adonia right? Can it always be 100? Can your marriage always be 100% Queen Chi? Can your career always be 100% Queen Chi? No, but what can always be 100% is you pause and you go, God, I'm supposed to learn something in this. Now that's fair, Adonia. Now that's 100% fair.
I got that. You won. Okay. You ain't got to go further. I got that. Okay. My life can be real good. You just made that yeah. Thank you. That's so good.
Thank you so much. What we're accidentally doing is we are making our external circumstances us. We're forgetting that our external circumstances are us because they first came from our inner circumstances. So if you pause and write this letter, I will change your life. Now, let me tell you something that I had to tell. Well, let me tell you something that I had to tell this week or somewhere in the last 7 days. I had to say, somebody complimented me. Well, it's been a lot of compliments going around, but just some you entertain a stranger, it might be an angel. I've had 2 of those angel moments. I looked around, where the hell they at? And they was gone. Okay, just it was like God said, hey, I want you to hear this, and then boom, until I turned around. 2 of those. One of them was in the VA ER. And I don't know how y'all gonna hear this, and you're more than welcome to throw stones at me. Get your letters. You may hear this wrong, but that's okay. With everything that's been happening, the first time ever And if you know me, you know me. First time ever, I was in meditation, and I was the good thing about meditation is, let me put the parentheses here first so I can walk with you. Is this ain't the time to complain, Trey Mays. No. This is the time to let God remind you how beautiful you are, how much God loves you. You just meditate for 5 minutes. You got 23 hours. 55 minutes to complain. Let God, or whatever you believe, he'll love on you for at least 5 of them. At least 5 of them. So I'm in meditation, and God told me, the way I meditate, future me came to me and said, you have a different light. And you need to walk in this light without remorse forevermore. This is for me. This ain't for y'all. Don't let business confuse you of why you here. This ain't for me. This ain't for y'all. This for me. Your light is like the Ark of the Covenant.
Watch it.
Jerome will get it. Grace will get it. Wherever you are, that place becomes abundantly blessed and overflowing. If you're in a relationship, abundantly blessed and overflowing. If you're in a church, wherever you are, abundantly blessed and overflowing. And anybody who attaches themselves to you, as long as they hear these words, this is source talking, right, John? Here's the deal. This is very important. Anybody who attaches themselves to you gets abundantly blessed, but never overflowing, because they wanted to stay attached. Anybody who is assigned to you gets abundantly blessed and overflowing. So the people trying to just attach, they get their blessings. And wherever you walk, you change that atmosphere. And anybody who comes around you, you change that atmosphere. That's the reason why if you take over somebody's business, all of a sudden it works. That's the reason why you can reverse 37 years of homelessness in 2 weeks. That's why all the people closest to you are now living their dreams, because I've been doing this since you was a kid. And you will walk in that light and stop apologizing for it and stop being remorseful that you have that power. That ain't for y'all, that's for me. But I am sharing what I had to go through in the last 7 to 10 days. And if you think about it, and if you interacted with me, if you get in my physical presence, it's different. If you don't have to believe me, it ain't for you to believe. If you let me get involved with your mathematical thingy, whatever you're doing, you'll see it. And I'm telling you this because I've written down my problems. I've done that stuff. I've got no problem with nobody, not myself. I don't have a problem with what you do. I am allowed to tell you now, Kim, that's not who you are. What you are, I told 3 people, what, Queen Chi, unmute your mic. I'm gonna prove it because somebody else gonna be mad at me or something. Queen Chi, did I call you out this week?
Yeah.
Did I get your attention by using your titles?
My titles?
Prophet. Did I come for your prophetic? Yeah, you don't like it. I said, now you a prophet. You an empath. You can't struggle with this. No. You know better. Okay, you can mute your mic up. I'm not telling you. I did. Deanna, unmute your mic.
I didn't do it. I want no part of this.
Did you hear something similar from me? Okay, you hear that immediate denial? Because I'm allowed, you can mute your mic. I'm allowed to tell you, Kim, like Phil is allowed to tell you, don't say can't. I'm allowed to tell you, stop acting like a mortal in this situation. That's not who you are. I am allowed to tell you, Trey Nace, who God sees you to be and made you to be. It's supposed to be your safe word to remind you to stop acting like that. Did y'all hear me? Did you hear me? I'm supposed to be able to say Talisha. No, that's not. No, you're a mother. You can't do that. You can't do that. This is how it works. Now, I only got to tell you once, though, Jerome. Zacchaeus, come down. Jesus wouldn't finna keep on saying, Zacchaeus, come down. Are you coming down or you're not? Lazarus, come forth. If Lazarus ain't want to listen, then Lazarus when he came forth. Now, that text don't say Jesus was ready to keep on saying Lazarus coming forth. Peter, come on, walk out here. What did Peter do, Queen Chief? Went on there, walked out there one time. And this is what I want all my psychic empaths. You know who you are. There's a bunch of y'all on here. I want you, Amanda, Arcia, Tempest, Deanna. Y'all know who you are. You know who you are. I want all of you psychic empaths to recognize something in the Christian text. You don't have to be Christian for this, but in the Christian text, the thing that got Peter to walk on water was his mouth. Hey, let me come. Well, come on, man. Then he drowned. And the thing that got Peter out of trouble was his mouth. Lord help. Rewind, press play.
Watch yourself, sir.
Thank you so much, Grace. The same thing.
My God. Bishop. Okay, you know what? I'm like Chris. I'm stealing that for my next message.
That's all yours. That's all yours. That's all yours. So y'all got 3 minutes. Okay, I'm setting the stage. We got 3 minutes. What I want you to do is this is why Phil say don't say that. Because Phil understands the same thing letting you walk on water is the same thing that can get you out of trouble.
Antonio?
Yes, sir. Oh, we talking today, Jerome.
Oh, you are. You are talking. See, the last 2 weeks, you have been absent, quote unquote.
Yes, sir. Completely absent.
But you have not been absent, okay? All right. I just haven't seen you on the calls, but you have not been absent, sir. And then you come on tonight. Because some things have happened to me over the last 2 weeks that have been blowing my mind. Do you hear me, sir? Okay. And then you come on tonight and say some things that are explaining what's happened over the last 2 weeks. And I'm sitting there going, what the? Oh, do you know last night the pastor called me to do the prayer meeting because the guy that was supposed to have been sick. And he called me at the last minute. I say, no problem. And I say, God, give me the verse. Give me the words to give to your people. Zacchaeus.
Oh.
The story of Zacchaeus.
And now I'm bringing it up.
Come on now. And then Revelation 3, 20 through 22, about he at the door knocking. Open the door and him come in. And I said to the audience last night, Jesus is passing your way. Are you ready to receive him? And if you are you going to, because like Zacchaeus, what did he do once Jesus came in his presence? He changed. Because that's what's been happening to me. So that's what I gave them. And then you gonna come to, boy, you better watch yourself.
I promise on all my heart and soul, I started to call Trey Nace this week. I ain't never called Trey Nace. I promise you I did. I even set it up. I went in her Instagram inbox. Sure did. Am I lying, Trey Nace? Let's hear. I started to because I was minding my business. And the longer y'all hang with me, is it, well, okay, she's trying to tell me I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry. What's the proper pronunciation of your name? She's telling me I'm pronouncing the name wrong. I'm so sorry. Trenace. Nope.
Trenace.
Trenace.
We talked about it last week. We had a good laugh about you last week.
You know, we've been saying Trey like Trey. We've been calling her Trenace.
Third ward, Trey, son. All right, short E, Trenace. Long A, short E. Got it. All right, Trenace. Is that it? Is that it? Okay. See, look. The one thing is, once I get it, I got it because I respect people's names. Trenace. I went in her inbox. This is honest and God true, because I was minding my business. And Source was like, she's suffering hard. And I was like, And then, so I said, and then as soon as I got her attention, God said, let her suffer some more. I kid you not. I'm not joking. Not yet. She ain't learned the lesson. Now, hold on. Not just that. If I told them, I'm gonna see who's gonna, let me make sure you're here. Yep. If I told you this week, hopefully you remember it, but if I told you this week, I can't give you the answer. I know you want the answer. All right. Okay. So they remember. I saw it. They remember. I said, I can't give you the answer. If I give you the answer, God is gonna whip your butt, just to make sure you really got the answer. If I give you the answer, I'm really going to make your life 2 times worse than it is right now. If I told you that, would you unmute your mic and roll your eyes on the video? There she go. I have effectively talked to multiple people this week because this universe just sent y'all in my direction. And I told Tempest this, and I told Diana, and I told Grace, all 3 individuals conversation. I said, I can't do what I want. But I know I am supposed to be faithful to this moment, because what I am supposed to do, I can't see, because what I want to do is blocking it. Otis, I worked 2 weeks on that one line. Couldn't wait to get back in front of y'all. You hear me? What I want to do is blocking Trey Nace where God wants me to be. I ain't the only one that hit.
Wait, I don't. Can you say it again? I don't understand.
I want to be programming, working on my $100 billion. I want to release these products. I want to do what I want to do. I want to do what I wrote down on my wish list. I want to do when I pull up my note and says, Antonio, this is how you're going to serve yourself. I want to do that. But my life has a hurricane that blew it. And Big Me, Source Me, designed this moment for me to do exactly what I want to do. The problem is my sight is operating in little me, and Big Me had to pause me so I can be faithful to me.
That you walk in a greater excellence of yourself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll tell you what's happening later. I don't want to say it now because I want you to see you and not see me. So I'll tell you that later. It won't be on this call. I'll tell you exactly what's happening. I know exactly what's happening because I'm stuck in it. But I could tell you effectively, I had to learn how to see the picture while in the frame. I had to learn how to do both. Okay, go ahead, Talisha.
Me and one of my friends, we literally just finished talking, and all this forgiveness stuff that's going on right now. I asked her a question. I was just like, what if God would have told us the day we were born when we was going to expire, like our expiration day on this earth? How would we treat each other if we known that at the beginning?
Like trash.
You think so? You don't think like it would have?
If I knew that I can abuse you for the next 30 years and you ain't gonna die, that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my way because I know I'm not hurting you.
And you can repent right before the end.
And right before. If I know I can get away with doing you wrong for 29 years, and then I know that you're going to be blessed on the 37th year, I'm going to get away all 29 years until I can. Not because I hate you, rather because I want to be better than you at all times. I don't mind you doing good. I just don't want you to do better than me at any time. This is why God ain't giving y'all heaven. This is why the heaven on earth you live with is surrounded by hell. Because if you knew you was going to live to be 10,000, you wouldn't do nothing until you was 9,999 years old. Death is the greatest thing that has ever happened to humans. It is the thing. How could you be motivated if you wasn't going to die one day? Think about that for a moment. Critically think about the fact that your motivation comes from you ain't going to be here soon. You're a good mother because you're going to die. You're not a good mother because it's motherhood in your womb. You're a good mother because you're going to die and you don't want your baby jacked up while you gone and can't do nothing about it. Help me, somebody. You get it? Now watch and say, I need a Grace. Can I use your volunteer? Because I know you wrote your letter, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I want you to keep names out. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want you to do for me, Grace, is I want you to read just relax.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using you as an example. Take any, but this is a protected example.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It's a protected example. You will not. What I would never do is make you air out your trauma like this. You air out your trauma because you want to, not because I need to use you as an example. There's karma that comes with that, okay? But
and Tony, I volunteer.
You volunteer.
I volunteer.
That's perfect. Could you 5 minutes before? I'll tell you when to stop. 5 minutes before it happened, tell me and describe your trauma for me, please.
Got it. Okay. I called my sister, I'll leave her name out, to confirm whether we were going to meet tomorrow and talk about the issues surrounding my mother's death. She agreed to meet. And then she said, you just like those other MFs, and she used the word, that weren't there at the end for mama.
All right, stop right there.
Go ahead.
Stop right there. This is perfect. Stop right there. Jerome, how did that make you feel?
Oh, I didn't feel
just like that mother.
Oh, I didn't feel good about that at all.
Okay,
I was upset. I was pissed off.
I sure thought you was gonna be so holy. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, thank you so much. Because you holy rollers be messing up examples. Thank you so much, Jerome. Here's the deal. Now watch this here. I'm going to
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
If I may.
It's all yours.
So I didn't get that part of what we were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but you was,
I left
you
out
was yeah,
on,
you was getting off of work and stuff. So
yeah,
I got you. I got you.
I left off in the middle of some that left my brain like that's a problem. So yeah.
Oh, well,
Can
then
you
you need to exercise.
pick
So
this
while
from
I'm talking to Jerome, what you're going to do is you're going to take 5 minutes. You're going to write a letter of your worst trauma, the person you hate the most, the person who hurt you the most, something like that. And you're going to start 5 minutes before the incident happened. And I want your honest feelings and blow by blow of that situation. That's what you're going to do. Just take 5 minutes. Jerome said,
okay, what if I don't hate them?
So what I address it too. What I want you to do is I want you to give your I hate you MF for mine an opportunity to flourish. Because I know y'all got learned behaviors, Arshia, that says, not me, I'm not negative no more. Yes, the fuck you are.
Can I speak for myself?
Well, I said you as a y'all, I just use your name. But yes, you can speak for yourself. I'll let you speak for yourself right after this. But y'all, you second person plural. Yes, you are. Y'all are very negative. How do you know you negative? Because you do not control 100% of your life. This isn't my words. So what I want you to do is, before Ashia comes up, what I want you to do is, all of you listen, I want you to not be right. I want you to give that side of your brain excuses to talk. Because the problem is, you may disagree with me, Antonio. This is why I like to use my name a lot. I just mix in y'all names because I don't want y'all to react. I mix in y'all names to keep everybody's attention. So when I say Arshia, I'm actually trying to get Trey Nate's attention. You know what I'm saying? So, but I use my name a lot because I be saying some cut off your head stuff. And I'm trying to tell you, Sandra, that you just may be saved, but your subconscious is not. And your subconscious is driving all of your reality. And the very thing you're saying you don't have a problem with, Arshia, is the very thing getting you married. The very thing, Queen Chi, that you got over in the Lord is how your kids act right now. So remember, no, that's it for real talk. Remember, our kids get old enough to start acting up just like us. Start picking the bad mate just like us. I know you don't like it, but I have yet to say something wrong in this class, and I'm quite gentle. What I'm trying to get you to see is, Sandra, I need you to make an excuse for that brain. I need you to go to the last person who hurt you, the thing you can't stop thinking about, the thing, whatever that may be, it's there. Because if it wasn't there, you'd be living all your dreams. So don't tell me it's not there, because you're also telling me that God hates you so much or loves you so much, you were never meant here to be in abundance. One of these is inaccurate. Either I'm right, because I'm only using science, I'm right, and your subconscious that you won't acknowledge is really tearing your life up, or God just don't like you, Arshia, and you were supposed to marry people you didn't want. God don't like you, Trinace. You were supposed to marry people you didn't want. God can't stand you, and God never meant for you to be happy. Now, one of those, Adonia, is highly offensive. Jerome couldn't stand it. Jerome couldn't stand it.
That can't be true. It can't be lied to me.
But yeah, think about it.
Saved my life.
Think about it. We worship every day about how good God is, and then we get into a car of how bad our subconscious say God is. and see, you leave a multi-million billion-dollar church, get into a car you can't afford, that's about to break down on you, driving to a relationship that's already broke down on you, in a job that is absolutely abusing you, and you genuinely say God is good, but your subconscious says, yes, God is only this good. You don't have to appreciate or like what I'm saying, but your subconscious has made the door you put your key in, your subconscious did that, not your God. God said you can have exceedingly and abundantly above all you can ask or think. And you got that damn car. You got that house. You got that marriage. You got that thing. Because you're not tapped into God. You tapped into your subconscious. And I have you writing a letter because I may or may not, you don't know yet, expose your subconscious. You don't know what I'm about to do because I ain't gave it to you yet. But think about this. It's been an hour now, Jerome. And as far as volume, that's just the quantity field, I've been disagreed with out loud or in the mind over 1,000 times in 1 hour. Not that it's not malicious, Queen Chi. Your subconscious just strong. I ain't writing no damn letter. He got me messed up. I'm not. But what if I'm not angry? Grace, do you have everything you want? No. Well, you angry. It really is that simple. It really is. Well, I'm not mad at nobody. Really? How many of you, I need at least one person to be honest. How many of you, truthfully, Jamala, you ain't mad at nobody. Look, the truth is, you ain't mad at nobody, but you sure mad at yourself for putting yourself back through that again. Come on, help me.
Amen,
somebody.
Bishop. Amen, Bishop.
That may be true.
And that's the one.
I don't think I'm mad, man. I think I'm aggravated.
That's what it say, Jamala. That's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it
That's
sounds
what it sounds like. So you going, I ain't mad at nobody. I forgave everybody. You have. But you ain't forgive you for messing up again in the same situation. That's why you got triggers. Antonio, what's a trigger? A trigger is an emotional reminder of what you have allowed in the past that hurts you in your present, and you're guarding yourself from it. You up here saved and triggered. How, Sway? How were you delivered and you got more triggers than anybody?
Okay, this is what I want to say, and I'm saying now, I'm not playing with you. First off, Antonio T. Smith Jr., because you have taught me some stuff. I could come up here, I'm in the camera. You heard me.
Good. Yes, ma'am.
Second.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm all the way in there.
Yes,
Second,
ma'am.
you got one of my favorite animals back there. That's all up in there. Okay, 3.
Yep.
I don't know what 3 is yet.
But it's coming though. It's coming. It's coming.
You all up in my business.
Amen.
Okay, I'm be quiet.
I get it. I get that you are. Let's take. I don't know. Take anybody. I'll take Grace. Right? We'll take Grace. I get Grace mad at me. But Grace, do I live every last one of my dreams?
Yes.
Do I have everything I want?
Yes.
And if by chance I fall into a cutback season, do I still get it?
Yep.
In your fair assessment, and it's perfectly okay to call me out. Have you ever seen me fail?
No.
Quit?
No.
lose.
No.
I'm not great. I ain't got no karma. I cannot stress this enough. What you look at is things work for me, not because I'm anointed, I'm blessed, God got his hands on me. These things are true. You know, because when you say that, you mean you're saying it in your school of thought and it means something. No, it is because my prayers don't have to be hindered for 21 days to get past principalities, darkness. Jerome knows I'm talking about Daniel right now. It just goes out, comes back. When I ask for something, I don't have to here's the deal. When I ask for something, I don't have to worry about what I said to Kim or Shia or Grace in private. Because if I said it in private, I monitor my words. I made sure that I was willing to say that. I made sure that I was willing to eat whatever karma that came back from it. And I can say it right here, right now. Not be embarrassed, not be punished, and not be judged. Doesn't matter what you may think. But I know it has nothing to do with me being good. Has everything to do with two things. Thing number one, I've written my letters. That's a metaphor in this case. I've dealt with my pain. Thing number two, I'm not afraid of Adonia. I'm afraid of Newton's third law of motion. Can somebody give it to me, please?
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
That's what I'm afraid of. So whatever I do to Adonia, what's going to happen, Grace?
Equal or opposite reaction?
That's the realest thing I ever said. As far as, here's why as far as Antonio is concerned, you've been following me for a long time. The realest thing I ever said is I'm afraid of Adonia. I'm afraid of Newton's third law of motion coming back at me, whatever I do with Adonia. You know why that's the realest thing I ever said, Prophet Jerry? Because I ain't got God in it. So everybody can accept it. So you're not hearing me. We
Can
all
I
know
ask
if
a
you.
question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is, it's kind of on topic and kind of not, because we're talking about triggers. I'm curious as to how you deal with triggers that are like phobia based versus emotional.
Time out. Stop right there. Get ready. Jerome said, you just like them other. I'm about to answer that question for you, Amanda. Jerome, you just like them other MFs that wasn't here. Okay. Jerome, I want to ask you a question, okay? Everybody write this down. I want everybody to write down. So everybody's going to write down belief. You're going to write down belief. That's what you're going to write down. You're going to write down belief. For Jerome, the belief is you just like them other mother, or she think I'm like one of them other mothers, or she got me blanked up because I'm like one of, however it worked for you, write that down. I'm answering your question, Amanda. I'm answering your question. That's the belief. Now, here's the deal. In every last one of y'all letters, this is why the letter was so easy, Arshia, because all I was actually to do was just write down what you believe. I said it. I didn't say you was right, and I didn't say you was wrong. As a matter of fact, I remember my first words was, some of y'all wouldn't know yet, but I remember my first words was, today we're going to talk about, is your problem real? And then I leaned in. The truth is, all y'all problems are real. I remember doing that. I gave all y'all the reason. And then I said, do yourself a favor and let the weak part of you have a voice. I said that. And I still got resistance.
How do I start my letter?
with your feelings. 5 minutes before, whatever's the worst thing that happened to you, and some of y'all, like me and Tim, we got 16 worst things that happened to us. You know what I'm saying? 16 things. Tim's got to pick one of the 16. I don't know which one I want to do, right? Stuff like that. You're going to start 5 minutes before. And what you're going to do is you're going to say, it was 5 minutes saying Antonio called me. And I knew something was going to be wrong because I knew he was on that BS when he called me. But I answered anyway. And I damn sure shouldn't have answered. And by the time we got on the phone, y'all hear me? That's how you let it go. Time we got on the phone, he was already on that stuff. And I knew I should have hung up, but I let him suck me in. Come on now, don't act like that don't happen. And I want you to now, the truth is, here's the deal. This is so important. The truth is, Renee, everything you writing down is what you believe that happened. So Jerome, I want you to write down belief. And in this case, what I'm doing is I'm identifying what we call the stuck points. What's a stuck point? A stuck point, Queen Chi, is something that you know better. Your saveness know better, your intellectual side know better, your awareness know better. Amanda already forgave, but then when she relaxing on you, that stuck point go, stop relaxing. Remember what he did? Come on, help me, somebody. I need y'all to.
So wait a minute.
Talk to me.
So it's not a belief if the thing keep happening.
Okay. So we coming to that. We are coming to that. You
Because
hold
my
it.
thing keep happening, and because it keep happening, I don't even want to deal with your ass.
There you go. See it? Where is that coming from? Where is this
because
coming?
I don't know where it come from, but that's sure what I was talking about for the past couple of days. Look, I don't have to talk to you because you all gonna be on that same BS that you be on, and that ain't a part of my life no more. So
the truth is, every last one of you, if you say what Trey say, which to be honest with you, she's right. You have the right, Arshia, to take a stance and say, look, I'm not doing that anymore. There's a huge caveat here, but you only know poverty. That's the real problem. That ain't my words. It's Napoleon Hill. I know
give it to us, sir, because we want to know. Because I'm truly trying to figure this out. Because there's two people who I can't even tolerate their voice heard.
I do understand. Name pop on the cell phone, you go,
Oh no, they already know.
Oh, there
already know.
There it is.
Don't be calling Tracy with nothing, because you know she not gonna listen to us. Nope, I'm not.
There you go. So watch this here. So Jerome, you're gonna say, my sister, and whatever you felt about that, calling you, and that's your belief. Arshia, I want you to read your letter, because I know you did it. You if you do nothing else, you're like Anton. You always do. You always on the go. I've probably complimented you the most in this class since this class has started. You obviously. So I know you wrote it, but I need you to find the stuck point. And what's a stuck point? It's where you're stuck. And let me tell you something. Y'all let us have
you
like.
Want to hear this letter?
No, but we will. But I do want to hear all y'all letters, but not in this setting. Not in this setting, because trauma is a real thing. Pain is a real thing, and I can't. I wouldn't expose you like that. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that. That's why I was looking for a volunteer, and I don't need Jerome's whole letter. I just needed one of these things so I can make an example. My sister did this. Now, the truth is, every sentence, y'all should have like 3 of these things. Because I asked you to talk about what pisses you off. The last person you was mad at. So of course you got these things. Of course you do. Because I asked you, I said, Arshia, go to the poison in your life. Okay. Now describe the poison to me. It ain't poison. Get the how? I asked you to I said scientific method. How does it go, Grace? You establish a hypothesis, and then you do the other stuff. I said, yeah, I said, listen, go to the poison. And you went to the poison. And then as soon as you went to the poison, that spirituality kicked in. It ain't poison for me. I asked you to go to the, I said, Damali, go find the poison. And everybody went, ain't no poison. But you standing over the poison. Because my directive to you, Queen Chi, was go find the poison. I didn't say you poison. And I didn't say you was weak because you got poison. You said those things, not me. And here's the deal. You didn't even say them out loud, Amanda, but there's a policeman in your head constantly translating what I'm saying into offensive words you won't tolerate. Napoleon Hill calls that auto-suggestion. I kid you. Everything I have said thus far, I promise you, has not been an opinion. It has been out of the DSM-5 or Napoleon Hill or a sacred text. And I've quoted every single time that I have said something. Every time I talk, I'll use Arshia as an example. Arshia, and by Arshia, I mean every single person, feels singled out. Grace feels singled out. Antonio feels singled out. I'm not singling you out, but your auto-suggestion, which is a trigger, says whenever this happens, we're going to respond this way. You don't have to believe me. I'm not quoting me. That's the problem here, Queen Chi. Like, Damali, this is so simple. I have yet to tell you what I think. I have yet to give you a personal opinion. I haven't even spoken from the large database of what I know. I've only quoted everybody else, but you're not mad at everybody else. You mad at me. So you have a stuck point. You're not wrong. You're stuck. And since you're stuck, you cannot get the promises of God. I need a Bible officiant to help me out in this place. Can you get good if you do bad? Please help me out. No.
God is not mocked. What a man soweth, so shall he reap it. You can't get good for bad. You can't.
Not get good for bad. You can be good and bad things happen to you, but that ain't what I asked. What I asked, Antonio, I asked you straight up, can you do bad and get good? And the answer 100% of the time is no.
But that's not true.
Are you sure? Can you be unclean? Sure. Can you be well, oh, you know what? You're right. Let me not explain it. Won't you tell me what you heard? Because you're gonna show, you're gonna actually prove my points. Because I know you're about to say the same thing I just said. You just didn't hear that. And I know you are. So come on, let me hear it.
Nope.
I know it. I ain't finna fall for the okie doke, right? No, Sandra, you're right. And I know you're right, but I know you about to say the same thing I heard. But I know her auto-suggested. I got your question, man, and I'm still answering. I know your auto-suggested got claws in your ears. What I'm saying is, you cannot do bad and get good. Because it doesn't flow from it. You can't plant poison. Can you plant a banana and get back an orange? It's universal law. Because every seed yields the seed of its kind. Is that fair? All right, hold on, Pop Jeremy. It's in the book.
Because that's the thickness of it. Because so if the residents of actually hearing what he said is that the rain rains on the just and the unjust.
Right.
And the sun does the same thing. And they unjust. He says they are unjust.
That's
but yet rain is good
facts.
for them. Sun is good for them. It keeps them healthy.
That's
so I mean,
100% facts.
I'm just
so if that's your argument, you have a solid argument.
But it's the seed. When you say seed, it makes the difference. I'm just saying.
No doubt. When you got a solid argument, I'm gonna address this, get Phil, then get Prophet Jerry. She has a solid argument, but Arshia, what she's doing is she's confusing the grace of God with the stuff in your hands. Trinace, what she's doing is she's confusing the grace of God with the seeds you plant. Sure, you will get that sun. Sure, you will get that rain.
Is this an example, or is this what you think?
I have no idea what you're actually asking. It wasn't clear. But this is not an example, not what I think. This is the answer, the science, the only thing that happens on this planet. Nothing else. It's not an example. I'm not giving an example because she gave the example. I'm giving the answer. This is the only thing that ever happens. Does it rain on the just and the unjust? Yes. But my answer is, how many times have it rained in your life, the good rain, but your crop yielded no fruit? Sure, God's rain will come. Sure, God's grace will come. But what you planted is what's going to come up. So yes, the unjust got rained on too, Sandra. But if you planted poison, what came up was poison. If you planted tares, what came up was tares. Before I get filled,
which is the purpose of the letter of uncovering, pulling that cover back off of what has been planted and what is being hidden, so that it can come up.
Right.
And
now
do what
hear me
it's supposed
very well, because hear me very well, and I hope Arshia hears me, because I'm only now addressing you. If I'll stop calling your name, Arshia, if you want me to. I'm simply communicating. You get what I'm saying? I'm simply communicating. What I'm doing here is I want you to try to understand that I just explained a text to Sandra that's a troubled text for most of y'all. It rains on the just and the unjust. Yes, it does. But God's grace is not sloppy. You can get God's grace, but it's only going to grow the seed you planted. Yes, it's raining on you. Yes, God's favor is shining on you. Yes, God's favor is in your life. But if my business has nothing but poison in it, God's favor is only fertilizing and maturing and growing my poison. So it did rain on me, the unjust, but I didn't get exceedingly and abundantly above all I can ask or think. I got the likeness of the kind of the seed that I planted.
So what I'm getting from that is I need to change the way that I talk to myself about the certain phobia, so that I'm planting a good seed versus poisoning my whole brain the whole time.
Thank you. Somebody is getting it. Because
mine has nothing to do with anybody specific. It's a very weird.
So let me put it on
phobia.
You. Her phobia is about me, and I'm going to cheat on her again. Let's say that. And she's not living her life or loving me or whatever that may be, because her phobia is I'm not going to do right. So what she's doing is punishing herself because I'm not going to do right. God will get me because I'm planting the I'm not going to do right seeds. But you ain't supposed to hold those same seeds, Amanda. You're supposed to say, I'm going to do right by him no matter what. So your good seeds grow out the ground. And what will happen is my negative harvest will be moved from you.
What if it's not a person though? It's a thing that happens. Like
same
literally not a person.
Right. No. Same thing applies.
Because it affects every single thing I do in daily life. Because I don't do certain things because this could happen. I don't do a whole lot of things because this could happen wherever I'm at.
Fair enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause right there. Grace, you look up the meaning phobia. I know what it means, and I want you to see how the word phobia is not good seeds. It is 100% poison.
Oh, I know it's poison because it's ruining all kinds of stuff, and I'm trying to take control of it.
So when God rains His grace on you, what's coming out your field is poison. Yes, it rains on the just and the unjust, but y'all have taken that to mean, oh, God gonna bless me anyway.
That makes
God did
sense.
bless you. Yeah, God did bless you, Queen Chi. God blessed you to grow the seeds you planted. And it's so hard for y'all to get to see that if you ever mad at me, I'm saying me, it could be anybody. You are the bad seed sower there. You are. Not me. Don't matter what I did to you. You can't get mad at me and then claim I forced those seeds in your hand with your reaction to me. Come on, Phil. That was tough there. That last one was tough.
From the rich perspective, Robin Hood was bad. From the poor's perspective, Robin Hood was good.
Absolutely. And we, as soon as we're going to address that, when I bring up, it's the first thing, when I say write down a belief, what Phil just did is the second step. It's the second step. You'll see it. You're absolutely going to see Robin Hood. It's the second step. It's the second step. Prophet Jerry, you want to say something?
No, you explained it well. I was gonna
thank you.
Check and see it, but I was gonna say what Sandra said, because of so many times you're right. That's what we use a whole lot, but we don't know the really meaning of it, or the
because what you did was you took your garden out of that scripture. God reigns on the just and the unjust. So you took your field, your garden out of scripture.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that you are a garden. So yes, God is going to rain on you, but whatever is in your garden is coming up when the rain comes.
But also, Bishop, isn't it the different rain? Isn't it the REIGN?
Fair enough, but since Sandra brought up a text, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
That's called allegory. I'm only staying true. No. I didn't mean it as a correction. It's when every time y'all say something to me, I only take what you said without adding anything to it and ask you or say something with it, because there's a learn retention, and skipping 10% to 40%, 50% of learn retention is when you're in a group like this, and you learning retention, that means the stuff you're going to save in your mind is when you teach yourselves and when we have a discussion. So you typically retain 50% of any group discussion. Any lessons that I learned, you retain that. 90% is when you teach. When you teach, you typically retain 90% of what you're learning, because you can't teach without it.
Okay.
So hear me well. I get it. And I know you're offended. So right now, I did that on purpose, Otis, because when I said I know you're offended, somebody just went, not me. Somebody went, he keep talking about me. I'm not. That's a word in the English language I didn't make up. What word was I supposed to say there? But here's the deal. What word was I supposed to say? I know you're offended. Please give me another word that would make that sentence still have second person plural in there. Please, somebody, give me a word. Second, you got first, second, and third person. Second person plural is still you. Is there another, Grace, you've been a school teacher, can I make second person plural any other word but you, y'all, use, you all, in Boston, use guys, right? Can I do anything? Is it possible?
No.
No. But you punish people, you're punishing me for using a word I can't avoid. Because your auto-suggestion has hijacked my word and made it about you. And that's now the realest thing. I see you, Talisha. You get it? Every time you've been offended by me, I can't help but use second person plural because the only word for second person plural always and will forever be you.
But what if you're not really offended? What
Then
if
you
none of
ain't
that crosses your mind?
So you learned the lesson. You get it? No, okay, Archie, hold on. You can't throw up your hands because you didn't acted offended multiple times.
You thought I was offended, but I am not. I'm unbothered. I'm just laughing.
Fair enough. I don't think anything. And so you and John Calloway are correct. Because if it ain't you, then we ain't talking to you. But we talking, but I still if just because it don't apply to you, I still gotta address everybody else. And let's not get it twisted. I still ain't said nothing wrong or offensive. I still ain't bothered nobody. The reason why this class, which is so gentle on my end, not so gentle on the receiving end, is because I remember I said the great Jordan, it's gonna be the most gentle class, but it's gonna be painful. Because I made you write down your pain. You're not mad at me. You mad at your pain. And now I'm now what I'm gonna do though, Archie, is, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm about to challenge something you just said. I've got no problem in whatever you thinking. I have no opinion about whatever you thinking. But you have had a tone that is aggressive to some of the stuff that I was saying, and you're the only person who challenged. Now, you did challenge me 3 different times, and that cannot be denied. Now, I don't care. It's good for the class. Doesn't bother me one bit. But there's a main strong point here. If you're challenging, are you saying you're living 100% of your dreams? You control 100% of your life. If you are, and if you do, challenge. But if you don't, then I've been talking for an hour and a half, and you've missed everything that I said. There's 2 ways. Well, let me leave it alone real quick. Hold on, Talisha, real quick. Write down belief. Your belief is whatever you are bothered about or whatever you wrote down about in your letter. Here's the second part Phil brought up. Yes, ma'am.
Before you, okay, I have my hand up because about the belief section.
Okay, no, okay, go ahead.
Okay, I was trying to make sure I understood what to do for that part. Can you say that one more time? I want to make sure I understand what I'm writing down for my belief part.
No, sure, because let's keep this in mind. We're on step 1, not because I have talked around the bush. We're on step 1 because I asked you to write down your pain, and that has come up for 90 minutes. That has nothing to do with me. Okay.
Okay, I want to say real quick and fairly that
yes, ma'am.
It was over, and then I came and brought it back up. So my bad.
No. Well, fair enough, but no, there's no. I started the class off. And first off, there is no right or wrong. And I didn't say you were wrong. Remember, I said, Amanda, all of y'all right, and all your problems are real. I said this already. I'm already innocent of your whatever your accusations against me, because I've already said everything out loud. We're not worried. nor am I defending myself, and I don't have to, because you didn't do anything that makes me have to defend myself. I'm not defending myself because I'm good, Tempest. You ain't did nothing wrong. See, that's too real, Jerome, but still wasn't accepted. That auto suggestion is a mug. I'm not defending myself because there's no reason to, because you have not did anything wrong. But that will not be heard. Okay, I got you. Hold on, let me just explain this belief for her. Belief in your letter, almost every 4 words, you're going to write down what you believe. Because I asked you, Grace, go to your poison and tell me everything about your poison. That's what I did. So Grace is going to say, my mama got me messed up. And I'm right there, I'm going to say, stop, Grace, because I don't need you to say nothing else. And I'm going to say, Grace, write down, belief is, mama got me messed up. You get it? That's the belief.
Yeah. Deanna laughing. Stop it, Deanna.
Okay.
Only because they know my mouth.
Okay. Now, while I'm talking to Talisha, I'm going to give y'all step 2. Phil already brought it up. This is what I want you to do. This I want to call your name. This is what I want you to do. I'm still going to call your name. Arshia, Kim, Amanda. This is what I want you to do. I want you to write down everything that supports for your belief. So you're going to say, Jerome's going to say, my sister said, I act just like the mother motor scooters that told me that they let my mama die. And Jerome is going to write down every bit of witness and example that really happened on this planet for that. And then Jerome's going to do against. That's the Robin Hood right there, Phil. All right. To some people, Robin was good. To some people, Robin Hood was bad. This is the 4. Phil brought it up. You're going to do for and against. For and against. So she is going to say, my credit card bill offended me greatly. Okay. Right. And you're going to say, the belief is my credit card bill offended me greatly. Give me all the ways for that to be true, and give me all the ways against that to be false. Is that fair? Do that. I will come back. Go ahead, Talisha.
Okay. I'm stuck on a stuck.
Okay, good. A stuck point is something that, okay, I want to offend some people here. In order for me to answer Talisha's question, I have to bring up y'all. I know you're not going to like it. I apologize, but it's the last thing that happened in the class, which is y'all. So I have to make it make sense. If I created any emotional response for you at any time, and it was negative or in the negative, that's a stuck point. Do you hear me? A stuck point is something that has created a negative emotion for you, and a negative emotional reaction. You have to cut your camera off for a second. Your heart is beating faster than the rest position for you. You got the boob sweat going on. Your armpits are sweating. No, but it's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. I activated your fight or flight. This is why you got to keep your cameras on. I can only help you if you let me help you. Listen to me well, if something Arshia said, and my response, the focus is on my response. The focus is not on Arshia. Let me make this very clear. Am I saying these words out my mouth? You don't have to agree. Are they coming out my mouth? Okay, thank you so much. Arshia said something, and Antonio's response to Arshia, if that made you uncomfortable, that's a stuck point.
Okay, so
anything in your story that you wrote down that made you any reaction is a stuck point. Any reaction. And trust me, when I ask y'all to go to your poison and write about your poison, your letter is full of stuck points. Okay, go ahead, Talisha.
what I'm gonna give an example, but then I want to say I noticed that my stuck points always reoccur.
Yes, that's what Trinae said.
Okay, so
yeah, she got two people that's living stuck points. That's what she said. You no, go ahead.
I'm trying to make sense. Okay, I give two examples, but
okay, let me give you an example. Ashia writes down in her letter to Jesus, I knew you wouldn't go answer me. Okay, that's a completely hypothetical. It doesn't even exist.
Like that.
I can't. Okay, fair enough. And I can't even possibly be talking bad about nobody because that example could never happen. Is that fair? That's I use an example that nobody can ever accuse me of speaking something over that. I knew you was gonna let me down, Jesus. That's a stuck point. Why? Because you knew
that right there. That's me right there. That knowing, and it happens, and it keeps happening.
Yeah, and every time you think about it, it got you fucked up, don't it?
What part though? Is it the fact that I knew, or that it happened?
All of it. It's going to be the fact that you knew that it happened. It's going to be it's going to be that you knew because it created an emotional response. It's going to be that it's happened because you can't get over it. You get it?
Okay.
See, y'all, what y'all doing is, well, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, and you're starting to accept what I've been trying to do for a while now. Your stuck points. If you're confused, that's probably a stuck point. If you upset, that is most certainly a stuck point. If you got a headache out of frustration, it's a stuck point. If you wish this class was over, it's a stuck point. it's a stuck point. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you, Kim, no matter how good you are loving your new boo through your stuck points. I don't give a damn what you say. Your stuck points are driving your current reality. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to trust me. But that is so real. Everybody instantly knew that was the truth when it came out. Go ahead, Grace.
So for the let's say when you gave the example, you said, I knew Jesus, I knew you was gonna let me down. That's part of the 4. That's one of the 4 points, right? Because I knew Jesus was gonna let me down.
It will repeat because no, 4 is, so I want you to think of 4 like a lawyer. So you're the prosecutor and you're saying, Jesus let me down and I'm going to prosecute Jesus. Your Honor, this is how Jesus let me down. This.
Okay. So
and for the against, you Matlock. You're getting a feel off for murder. You understand? He's an innocent man. You're getting a feel off for murder. You Matlock.
Okay. So if I said, this
murder she wrote.
This is how Jesus let me down. This is how Jesus let me down. He didn't come through right here on this day. And then against that, we're saying, but
well, no, because what I'm going to do, yes, you're going to say he didn't come for me through this day. You write that down. You feel me?
Okay.
And you write that down. No, there's no buts. No buts. There's
I'm talking about for the against part. For the against.
No, so for the against, you're going to say, well, how is this not true? And you're going to write it down. It's not hard. It's just a new language that you got to keep asking questions. Don't worry. I'm going to answer. Well, I've been answering it. I meant to do this 20 minutes in, but that didn't happen. I was trying. I was trying to get there. Think about it. My sister got me messed up. Okay, well, Grace, she didn't write that down. Grace, you're going to say, okay, well, how all the ways my sister got me messed up, and you're going to say,
man,
well, you know what?
I couldn't live off campus at Texas A&M because of my sister. That's a for real thing, y'all. For real, because of her, I had to stay on campus all 4 years, like dead serious.
Okay, there you go. There you go. You get it. You get it. Now, Queen Chi she's had to go mobile on the phone. But think about it for a second. You're going to say 4. All the ways I got you messed up, Amanda, is true. Write it down. All the ways I got you messed up, Rashia, is true. Write it down. And then you're going to write down all the ways I can't possibly have you messed up. And you're going to find out, for some of y'all, you're going to be like, I can't think of it again because you got me messed up. And I understand. Because there's obviously a step 3. I understand. It's okay. Okay. Yes, please, Prophet Jerry. Please. Prophet Jerry, cut this camera off.
Okay.
Can
I give an example?
Yes.
So if I say,
I'm here to help.
Okay, so for the 4, my sister, because of the things that happened with her, I had to stay on campus for 4 years. But on the against side, well, and while I was there, I made a lot of friends because of her, and
so staying on campus was a good thing.
Yes. Okay.
See
okay. I got it.
You got it.
Uh-huh.
This is difficult, but it's not difficult in like John Calvin. It's not difficult because you don't understand it. It's difficult because we are attempting to rewire your brain, and they don't do that easily. Phil would have been out of business if you could rewire your brain yourself. There'd be no Kenosha if you could do it. This don't happen easily. This don't happen easily. Please. If you are offended, I'm so glad you're offended. Write it down. Write it down. Don't hide the offense.
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
I was just talking to Mr. Phil the other night, and I was telling him I was reading the Celestine Prophecy. And when I was in Thailand, because I'm equating this, what you're saying, with this, what I'm about to explain to you real quick. And I was telling him in that book, Celestine Prophecy, it was a workbook, and it said to list all of the things as far back as you can remember that contributed to where you are at the present moment.
We doing the same thing, John Calloway. Same thing.
Because I did that. I wrote down, I actually have it right next to me in my journal. I can't believe you can still read them. But I actually did that, and I wrote down everything all the way up into that present moment that I was in Bangkok at that time. And as I told him, I said, I remember when I finished it, it's like something clicked, and I bowed my head. And I remember, and I was begrudging it because I didn't want to admit it. And I just said to myself, this is my fault. Okay. And at that time, that's when I realized of all what I had control of, and had and had that epiphany up, be like, okay, bam, this is my fault. So I don't know. I'm somewhere. I know I'm somewhere in the same vein or somewhere up there where you.
No, you're doing exactly what I'm saying. You're doing exactly what I'm saying. You're talking about step 1, obviously, but you're doing exactly what I'm saying. But there's a reason why I waited to the 22nd week to bring this up. Look how violent y'all are in week 22. So imagine me bringing this up in week 2. Go ahead, Phil.
2 things. We came up with the title for John Calloway. Tell me what you think of this. Now, we haven't come up with a subtitle yet, so I'm going to ask you to see if you can brainstorm a subtitle. But here's the title: Confessions of a Peaceful Warrior.
That's nice. That Peaceful Warrior is real nice. I'm gonna have to work on the subtitle. I got ideas, but I'm gonna have to work on the subtitle.
Yeah, and then when you talk about it, it's hard to change your thing. I'd be out of business if I said once it worked. There's a thing called tensile memory. And the best example I can give you is tuning a piano. You may have a piano, you haven't tuned it for years. The piano tuner will show up, he'll do his little thing, he'll say, I'll see you in 2 weeks. You say, what do you mean you'll see me in 2 weeks? Did you just tune it? He says, yeah, but there's a thing called tensile memory. The wires will go back, have a tendency to go back to where they were. So I have to keep adjusting them so they finally stay the way we want them to stay because you've left them the old way for so long.
It sounded like you're preaching, Phil. It sounded like, yeah, that was so good. So you're gonna go back to where you've been. Give me 1 second, Prophet Jerry. This is the second thing. If you've been following, Jerome wrote down, my sister is gonna catch these hands because she said that I act like these folk that let my mama to die. And then he's gonna write down, this is how it's true. And of course, his whole force should be nothing. And he gonna have against. She wrong this way, she wrong that way, she wrong this way, she wrong that way. Here's step 3 now. Okay, the Molly's ready. Let me soften the field. Let me soften the field. Step 3 is your belief based in facts or habit. Is your belief? I mean, the sentence you wrote down, this got me messed up because whatever you wrote down, your belief, like, I don't mean your beliefs like your spiritual beliefs, the belief, the thing that contains the stuck phrase, the stuck words, the thing when Arshia said, Jesus is gonna let me down. Okay, is that based in fact or habit? See, I didn't say non-fact, I said habit. Go ahead, Phil.
I tell you, I would go fact, feelings, or there was another one I came up with, fallacies. It's based on your facts, your fallacies, or your feelings.
That's good. That's real good. That's real good. So please, y'all write that down. He's right. I'm just doing DSM-5. Okay, he's right though. Okay, he's right. See what this is what I do, Damani. I make sure.
I'm still not clear what you mean. Is it based on fact, fallacy?
Yeah. Well, let me give you an example. When Antonio says, no, it cannot be both. It cannot be facts or habits. It cannot be both. It's one or the other. Because if it's a fact, it's a fact. Facts aren't habits. They're facts. The moon doesn't have a habit of being the moon. It's facts that it's the moon. It's one or the other. Please hear me well. So I'm going to explain this to the Mali and everybody. And you should be confused on it because it's a new language. It's a new language. But we're going to keep repeating this. A new practice doesn't make perfect. Practice creates habit. Fair enough. I'm going to use me. Antonio says, let me go with something that let's see. I knew he was going to try to rape me. Okay, that's most certainly a belief. It's most certainly a stuck point. Is this fair? Or he was going to try to molest me. I picked through my Rolodex as something very emotionally charged, so everybody can get it. I knew he was going. So this is a man talking about I knew another man was going to rape me. That's my belief. Then I write down facts. I'm going to write down. What's the facts? He always does this. It's happened before. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I said facts, but I meant the facts 4, right? The second step was for and against. The 4 is he always does this. It's happened before. That's it. Against. Now this is where you actually start growing, Antonio. Because what we're doing, what this is called, is challenging your questions. The DSM-5 calls this the guide to challenging questions. We're challenging your trauma story. We're challenging your trauma narrative. We're challenging your stuck points. And most importantly, we're challenging your subconscious that's driving your reality into what you have. Because while God is good, your subconscious has dwindled God down to being some form of good that's not worthy of you. Amen. I'll amen myself. Because your current financial situation is not as good as God can be. You are out of line for thinking so. Go ahead, Talisha.
I actually need you to help me. And I think you were almost there, and I wrote some stuff down, but I think I need you to help me with mine to clarify. Okay. Like you know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna give you this, and I need you to help me figure out my belief. And I know I don't know if you could really do that, but I need.
No, I can. That's my job. But I'm glad some of y'all are seeing the application in this. You get what I'm saying? I'm glad some of you are seeing the application. This is powerful. Go ahead, Talisha.
Okay, because I do want to say this before I do tell you this. I'm starting to believe that it has a lot to do with me when it comes to security and believing I can take care of myself.
So
that's why I got this, but
no, stay right there, because that's a stuck point. That's a major stuck point. It's a major stuck point. That's a major stuck point. Your need for security and the ability to, and your out of belief or disbelief in taking care of yourself. Those are two stuck points. So watch this here. Talisha, do you need security? It's okay. Yeah, and you're not right and you're not wrong. All right, she needs security. So Talisha, give me all the reasons why you need security. That's the 4. So her belief is, write this down, Talisha. Write it down as I said. Okay. I need security. And you got another stuck point. I don't believe I can take care of myself. Those are 2 stuck points. And those stuck points are beliefs. This is so valuable if you allow it to be.
Yeah,
I can't make you allow it. Go ahead.
I do have a praise moment. I'm gonna tell you and Deanna later, but besides the point, I spoke to someone, a lawyer who deals with foster care people, and the guy, I was asking him his 3 points of what he noticed that these kids are facing. And when he said it, it was me, because I had to go through that same system. And he said security.
Okay, so I want you to,
and then that made me think about me, and I was just like, wow, that explains
so much. You never had security.
What we're talking about. And I want to give you this example, and I think this is where it goes with I need security and I don't believe I can take care of myself.
Well, hold on, don't give me an example. I want you to give me an example. No. I want you to write it down. Write down. So when you go to the 4, see if that example gives you reasons for. When you go to against.
Okay. I don't think
I get what you're saying.
I understand it. I don't think I'm getting what I'm saying.
But I get what you're saying. This is where you keep your mind community. You stay right there. You will understand this. Right now, I need you to write. You got 2 beliefs. I need security. Write the 4. Write the against. Your example is, you're going to take half of your example is going to go into I need security. I don't believe that I could take care of myself. Half of your example is going to go in there too. 4 and against. Cool. And then the third part is, I'm going to ask you, is this based in fact or habit? I'm not done yet, because there's actually 7 more. But here's the deal. The reason why y'all struggle and the reason why your subconscious has diminished the power of God is because you don't take time and take 9 different ways to challenge your thoughts. You have a thought and you take it hook, line, and sinker. That's why you're mad at me. That's why, and here's the deal. You so mad at me, but I'm more blessed than you. That's like the dumbest thing on the planet. No, if we just want to keep it gangster, you really make no sense.
You just helped me more than you even know.
Amen. Because if I was who you thought I was, God would have punished me already. Jerome, is that not true? I feel like God is not mocked. I feel like whatever you reap, you sow. So you really mad at me with great abundance. Now here's the deal. I'm not really talking about me. Some of y'all is, but I'm talking about whoever the me is in your life. It's not me. I'm only bringing the light on me because when I bring it on y'all get pissed off. So bring it on me. All right, I bring it on me. You're mad at me, but if you stand next to me, your cup pales in comparison to mine. How could you possibly think you're right? When you know that God is always giving out the desires of people's heart if they delight themselves in his word, in his ways. So you really are just out of line. You really are. Demar, that's so simple, yo. That's so simple.
You a mofo, you know that, right? You a mofo.
Ain't been working. Yes, sir.
I gotta say
yeah, right, Phil. Come on.
As I'm listening tonight, and as much as I hate to say you're right, I don't know about anybody else, but you're blessing me because as I'm listening to what you're saying, I said, no wonder we're in so much trouble because as quote unquote Bible believers, Christians, when we come up against these things, God kicks in. And because he kicks in, we've got to live up to his standard, quote unquote, by the Bible, what we've been taught. And we don't deal with what caused this to begin with. Because we got to be holy. And then we're holy, but the crap is still in us. And then when the next situation comes up, here we go again.
Yeah, you're so holy, you don't critically think about what you're going through.
I said, oh my goodness. I said, no wonder we in trouble.
You're so prophetic, you don't think. You receive a word and blurt it out. You receive a word and throw it up. You throwing up all over people. Ooh, God gave me a word, and you don't go through these 1, 2, 3. You don't even have the integrity to receive a prophecy from God and make sure it ain't coming out through your auto suggestion. Because let me tell you something, man. Every single time that God gives a word to Antonio, I don't mean me, I still got to be careful because I'm the vessel that's coming out. And if I got a problem with men and God gave me a word about a man, that word ain't coming out the way the Holy Spirit wants it to come out. If I'm not going through 1 through 9.
You don't put good wine in old wineskins.
Oh my God, Phil, what a great, I was going to say analogy, but what a great scripture. Because that's right. And what you're getting this new word from God being your same old auto suggestion. Talisha, I'm finna help you. No, Talisha, me and you, we rocking. Don't worry about it. We're going to go live over time only because there was some resistance. And I'm not telling you y'all did wrong. But listen, you're going to do your for or against. Is this clear? Your for or against. Then you're going to say, Amanda, is this stuck point based on habit or fact? Here's what that means. Amanda, have you, write this down in shorthand, y'all. Have you been telling yourself this belief for so long it feels like fact?
That's one of those, you tell a lie so good till even you believe it.
Because I got some trauma. I told myself this story about this trauma so long, Kim, I swear to God, it's facts. Because that lower part of you will always try to make some facts that's not facts. It's out of habit. My husband gonna cheat on me. Has your husband cheated on you all the days of his life? No. So it's not facts. It's habit. I know you don't like it, but it gives me the opportunity to say, God ain't mad at your husband the way you are. For you since your wife cheated on you, your husband and your wife has cheated on you every day since they did it the first time. Because that brain won't stop making those habits facts. Where you at? Where you going? What time you gonna get there? Let me see your phone. Let me see the Liberty. What's this password? What's that? Because your spouse, your significant other is always cheating. So this is important. This is important, Talisha. Is this stuck point based on, have you been telling yourself, is it based on fact or habit? Have you been telling yourself this so long that it feels true? Number 3, in what ways is your stuck point not including all the information? Talisha, this is where you was getting stuck up at. In what ways? Yeah, the lie became true. Is your stuck point not including all the facts? Yeah, my husband always cheat. Really? Did he cheat yesterday? No, but then he don't always cheat. Here's my favorite one. Well, anything's possible. Really? Can your husband become a mermaid? No. Well, then anything's not possible.
Shush. Can you say that again? In what ways? In what ways is your stuck point? What
is your stuck point not including all the information? So I'm going to go to people who have been, some people like Sandra. I don't want to call it. Well, I'm sorry, Sandra. I'm going to go people who've been. I want to go somebody that has taken advantage of you with their superiority, molestation, rape, or something like that. So
I'm fine with that.
What you're going to do is, Amanda, you're going to say, this always happens to me. Okay, Amanda, in what ways is this always happens to me, leaving out other information? This is so helpful. What ways is other information being left out? Phil brought this up. No, it was Adonia that brought this up. Adonia brought this up. It can't always be 100% Antonio. She's right. Neither can your trauma always be 100% trauma too. You feel me?
I have a question.
Yes, who is? Oh, that's Diana. Okay, go ahead.
You said your trauma is not always 100% true or trauma?
Both of those are both the same thing.
Okay. So can your trauma be magnified by the anger you have for yourself?
That's exactly what trauma would do. That's not the only way, but that's exactly what trauma would do. Let me help you out with that question. So here's what happens, Tempest. When you have trauma, your brain has gone through an event so traumatic that the universe, your body has evolved for millions of years, and Tempest, your brain can't handle what happened, and it's never going to be able to handle what happened. So what your brain does is go, well, if we can't handle what happened, we must die. Remember, your brain will never be wrong, and your brain always wants to live. So your brain has to be right. So what your brain does is make this astrological leap, or astronomical leap, this astronomical leap on some stuff that doesn't serve you to be right. That's why when you talk about how mad you are at me and you don't go through these steps, what happens is you say, Antonio pissed me off. How? He singled me out, and you jumped all the way past 23 people on the call. Real human beings. You know how much that leap is? Just to pull back how mad at me you are. That's what your beliefs and stuck points will do. It's easy to understand. I'll say it again, but please ask more questions. How many of you have been victims of molestation, rape, or anything? I got my hand up. You don't have to raise your hand up. I don't want to hurt you. Okay, we got 3, 4, 5. I don't want to hurt you, but those who willing to. Okay, we got 6, male and female. Now hear me well. Did not your brain make some leaps it should not have made? I knew I shouldn't have been there. Really? I knew I shouldn't have went there that day. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. You think that's not serious. Okay, Kim. Listen, you think that's not that serious. But listen, hear me well. When you go, I knew I shouldn't have went there that day. Guess what you're really saying, Trinace? What you're really saying is, I betrayed my instincts. I betrayed the Holy Spirit. Okay, Talisha gets it. I told you I was going to get to you, Talisha. I told you. I betrayed my body when I didn't listen to my intuition. And if you somebody like Tempest, if you somebody like Amanda, if you somebody like Jerome and Arshia and Deanna and John Calloway and Queen Chi, y'all have high psychic. Oh, and Sandra, y'all have high psychic empathy. So when you say you betrayed yourself, that's a death sentence for these 8 people. Come on now, help me out now. See, the problem ain't what happened. No, Tempest, the problem is you let it happen and you knew better. That's what's really eating you.
Okay, now I get it. Okay. Yes.
But if you don't let me take you through these
Wait a minute.
lines, come on.
What if you didn't have control of it? Like, for instance, my mother and grandmother fell out. I was still in Carolina. My mother, calls my grandmother, said, I want my child. She had them ran away off to New York with my grandmother's house, mortgage money. So my grandfather and them got up because they was really fearful that my mom would come back and really burn down the house. They sent me to New York. Okay, mom with my abusive stepfather, had me up there, in this situation. I'm a young kid. I think I was first grade or something like this. So, I didn't really have that thought, at that time that I betrayed, because it was grown folks making decisions for me. And my mother pulled me into a situation that I should not have been in. And it was the worst damn nightmare of a year that I spent in New York. To this day, I still, even though New York didn't do it, I still won't go to New York.
Okay, everything you said was a stuck point. You had 15 of them in there. So let me help you out. let me help you out because we get ready to get him close out the class. Everything John Calloway said was right. And if he accepts this, it's going to be hard for him to. He said, what if you ain't got no control? John Calloway, you didn't. Because your stepfather and all those people were authority figures. What was you supposed to say? I'm not listening to y'all. They were your authority figures. So John Calloway, listen to me and listen to me very well. Actually, I'm going to put in Arshia real quick because I'm about to talk about you, but I don't need to come at you. And she's strong enough for me to use her as a hypothetical example because it ain't got nothing to do with her. Is this okay? Arshia, you were raped. And there is nothing wrong with you actually being a victim to a rape. It's time to have more compassion for yourself. Amen. So when you ask, what if you ain't had no control? Yeah, no doubt you didn't have control. But I bet your trauma brain, John Calloway, said, yes, you did. All right? I could have did this. I should have did that. If I would have went this. No. You sit there and you give yourself permission that somebody else took advantage of their position over you. And it ain't your damn fault, Talisha. And that's a word.
It definitely is, because that's one of the things that I had to learn. And God wouldn't let me move forward until I was able to understand that, because I always felt like I allowed it to happen in some way, shape, form. Rather it was
your
the way
God.
I was dressing, the way, you know what I mean?
That was your God.
Because I've always been, I have always been sexual, sensually sexual, but
and
not.
because you were that way, that's why you got raped. That's what your brain said.
So that's what that's what the trauma always said to me. And before the trauma came, I always felt like I didn't have to guard that. I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness. I was guarded anyway.
hold on. Let me stop because I want to take 5 minutes and I want to end the class. No, you just stay there. So by Sandra's belief, her stuck point, Tempest was in the 6th grade with hips and chest. So she should have been raped. No. Based on your old stuck point, you get it? So as soon as one of Damali's kids get into puberty, they should be raped. I know it hurts to hear, but I'm trying to tell you how. Can you hear the leap? The leap that Sandra had to make. Since I was sexual, I should be raped. That is skipping 500 steps. And the brain goes, that's logical. No, it's not logical. It's not logical. And your belief.
I understand exactly what you're talking about.
It's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah.
It's what I've been trying to do since 6:30 Central Standard Time. Everything you wrote down, Antonio, is not logical. It's fair because it's your situation. But your situation has created your current harvest. How's that working out for you? That's all I've been trying to do. All I've been trying to do, Tracy. I said it up front. This was a inductive teaching. I gave it up front. Yes, Talisha's right. How's that working out for you? I got 4 minutes left. How's that working out for you? Hear me well. We're going to do part 2. You're going to start. So your homework is you're going to go write down as much as you can do for steps 1 and 3, and we'll pick back up. Please hear me. Okay. And Grace, when it says 8:49, we're done. Please hear me. Hear me very well. Arshia, you ain't doing nothing wrong. No. Y'all hear that? But you don't receive it. Because if you received it, you wouldn't get angry. If you received it, you wouldn't defend yourself. If you received it, I couldn't alter your mood. Oh, come on. Come on. That was realistic. I didn't even put nothing on that. You don't make me upset. You have yet to upset me. And every time you speak, man, it's all good, man, whatever. Because you never bother me. By you, I'm saying y'all. You never bother me. Why? Because I'm great? No, Talisha. Because I truly believe we are one. I could take that 2 ways. Whatever I do to you, I do to God. Okay, that works. That's the punishment side, though. Can I push it further, Jerome? Arshia is Antonio. And anything Arshia does, I drew her into my life so I can see the side of me that I miss. Arshia is genuinely the law of attraction. And I want to be my whole self. So when I get into any relationship with Arshia, it's the part of me that I long for being. That's how she's in my life. The problem with y'all is you don't love yourself. So when I piss you off, the part of you that wants to be like me, you can't stand. What I just said is 100% facts. I'm going to say it again. We are one. We are made in God's image. So you can look at that 2 ways. You can look at it as punishment or facts, or you can look at it as something higher. They're both right. Whatever you do unto least of these, my brother, you do also unto me. All right, so whatever I do to Arshia is gonna happen to me. Y'all got that. You don't apply it, but you got it. Here's the real part. Arshia is the part of me that I prayed to be like, but I couldn't. Here's the deal. I couldn't be like it. I tried, but it just wasn't in me. So the law of attraction drew unto me the part of me I wanted to be the most. Just happened to be named Jerome. Just happened to be named Tempest. The problem is you don't love yourself enough to accept that Deanna is the part of you that you want to be so bad. So when Amanda hurts you, since you don't love yourself enough, you never talk to Amanda again. Amanda becomes triggers for you. Amanda becomes stuck points for you. Because the part that you long to be, y'all not gonna like this, hurt you. And now it made you realize you always hurt you. Just like everybody else hurts you. You don't love you. That's why they treat you this way. That's why you're mad at Amanda. That's why you're mad at your ex. Deep down, you know what I have said is to be true. That's source. But we don't love ourselves enough. Napoleon Hill writes a whole chapter on this, chapter 9, Power of Sex Transmutation. Simplified it this way. Those who break up, if they are happy about the relationship, love will come again. Those who break up, if they get bitter, love doesn't come no more. That's chapter 9, Napoleon Hill, Power of Sex Transmutation. Repeat it again in Fear of Loss of Love. I kid you not, that's in there. As we end, because my 5 minutes is up. I need you to do your homework, whatever you receive. You will not get it all. Don't worry about it. Just write it down to the best of your ability. And then I want you to know, and I'm going to say it again, Damali is the part of me that I wish I could be. And on my worst days, John Calloway, I said, God, why you won't make me this way? And then God sent me Damali. God says, I can't make you that way because I made you a certain way. But I'll draw unto you the you desire. That's why Damali exists. But
and I got the ATS team.
That's right.
I got Antonio T. Smith Jr. and his team.
Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can play it better. You can dominate. Thank you all so much. We'll see y'all next time. I think Deanna will be doing a meeting tomorrow. I have to do something. I forget what it was. Oh, I'm on an interview. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
Love you more.
Love you more. Bye, everybody. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Love you more. Y'all have a good one.
Keep it up real